Breaking developments tonight surrounding the corruption foreign Biden business syndicate, as we call it, because a brand new email obtained by Fox News shows Zero Experience Hunter. He was told in 2017 he had to amend his tax forms because he failed to disclose around $400,000 in income from corrupt Burisma Holdings. And that's not all. As a new subpoena connected to the ongoing federal investigation is demanding documents related to more than 24 entities, including Burisma. Get this. According to another email obtained by Fox, Zero Experience Hunter, 2017, requested that keys be made for his, quote, office mates. He was referring to his dad, his Uncle Jim, and for space he planned to share with a Chinese business partner. So let's be clear. Now a full-fledged foreign corruption scandal, and it implicates that guy. Let's ask the obvious question. Are the Bidens compromised as it relates to China, Ukraine, Russia? Remember the First Lady of Moscow, elsewhere. I wonder if these countries have copies of Hunter. Our sources telling us what is on there that we don't know yet is devastating. It's not disinformation, not hyperbole, not hysteria. It's all been hidden from the public since 2018. Ask yourself, why was the Senate not made aware of all this during that, quote, impeachment trial with the hearsay non-whistleblower? Why was all the relevant information, like the FBI being in possession of the laptop, not part of the trial when it directly dealt with the issue of foreign corruption and the president's call with President Zelensky? Don't forget, Joe Biden's actually on tape bragging about the prosecutor he had fired. He's got 6 hours, son of a bee, they did it. And combine all of that with what we already know from Senator Ron Johnson and his Senate committee, 2013, Peter Schweizer, his book, Secret Empire. Yep, Hunter Biden flew aboard Air Force Two, trip to China. 10 days later, Hunter inked a sweetheart deal, ultimately $1.5 billion deal with a Chinese state-backed investment fund. No experience or qualifications we found. Hunter also opened up a joint bank account with a Chinese national connected to China's Communist Party. That same bank account would later fund a shopping spree for Hunter and his family. 2014, Hunter gets $3.5 million, wired a transfer from a corrupt Russian oligarch. Remember, the First Lady of Moscow, former ex-mayor of Moscow's wife. Again, let's play our little game. Place the name Hunter Biden with Donald Trump Jr., Eric Trump, Ivanka Trump. How do you think Democrats, the media mob, would cover it? Tiffany Trump. If it wasn't just China, Russia, because in April 2014, a Kazakh oligarch wired over. Reality is undeniable. Hunter Biden used his last name, selling access. Now we got to wonder, what do they have on him? Wonder if they had pictures of the crack pipe. Here to react to it is Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson. Do you have any information on what's on that laptop beyond what we know? Because my source is telling me it's awful. Not bad, beyond awful.
Yeah, I've heard some pretty bad rumors as well. But let's face it, Sean, this was well known in September when Senator Grassley and I released our report, Peter Schweizer's book, his reporting. This is not a surprise. I mean, it is just amazing. It's actually galling that now it's post-election, and amazingly, the mainstream media are recognizing, hey, you know, this Hunter Biden story, this is probably worth investigating. It's really amazing, particularly when you realize the national security threats are at stake here. The extortion threats, the counterintelligence threats of their connections with these Chinese companies, with the individuals that had connections to the Chinese Communist Party, the People's Liberation Army. And we talk about Yi Jianming, we talk about Gan Wendong. He's the guy that got the key. But what about Patrick Ho? This is one of their associates, was convicted of Foreign Corrupt Practices Act and money laundering. This is the guy that, when he was arrested, the first call he placed was to James Biden, which was a mistake. He was really trying to get hold of Hunter. And I think Hunter was paid something like $1 million unsuccessfully defending him because Patrick Ho spent some time in jail. These are the people that the Bidens were associating with. And now we know another example of how Joe Biden had to know about these business connections, these overseas business deals, and he lied. He lied to the American public about it, and he continues to lie. And he's not being asked questions about it.
All right, no argument for me. Russia is a hostile regime. The Iranian mullahs hate us. We know we have other enemies. I think China probably is the biggest threat of all. What is the likelihood that, based on what we know and the deals that they've done, that they have compromising materials on anybody in the Biden family? That would concern me.
Well, no, one of their companies was this Hudson West 3. There are a bunch of Hudson West companies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know in our report we listed about $150 million. Again, I don't know whether they had ownership interest in that. I know they had ownership interest in Hudson West 3. But again, it's the same company name, and of course that's the company name with the parentheses CEFC US that was supposed to be on the signage of that office space they leased and shared the key with Gang Wendong.
Yeah, today voting started in the in-person voting, early voting in Georgia. How important are those two Senate races on January 5th to you being able to continue your investigation with Senator Grassley?
Well, it's crucial because if we retain the majority in the Senate, Chairman Grassley, I believe, will become chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee again. I will become chairman of this permanent subcommittee on investigations. And neither one of us have got to the bottom of this. Both of us are very frustrated with the unfair and biased treatment on the part of the media, the unfair and biased suppression of information from these agencies, and of course, the unequal system of justice that we are witnessing in this country. It's shocking.
Senator, I would like to see that work continue. And I think another outcome would be they would undo all the hard work that the president got accomplished in 4 years. And if they had their way, they would probably investigate the entire Trump family in perpetuity. I don't think they'd ever stop. Senator, you've done great work here. Thank you.